Is selling your XRP right now a mistake? Well, in my view, yes. And I'm going to talk a little bit as to why that is. The price action on the chart is very interesting. There's a comparison back to NVIDIA, as well as, well, some pretty interesting news surrounding Gary Gensler and Brazil. We're going to break down all of that. There's a lot to get through in this XRP update video. So if you want to hear more, do hit that like and subscribe button. Check out some of the links in the description if you're looking to trade, as well as join my upcoming project Marbits down there in the description. More about that a little bit later on, but let's get into the video. So everyone will be kind of familiar with this right now. We've covered it on the channel. We talked about it on my live stream. This is the Bitwise XRP ETF that was filed and approved by the SEC not only just an hour before the appeal did come in. Now, if you haven't seen my update video around the appeal, it isn't as bad as a lot of people are making out. And this is why the first reason for me is I'm still pretty bullish on where XRP is going to go. I just think, again, it's going to take a little bit longer to get there. But I thought to myself when I saw this, well, this is interesting. Why would the SEC approve this? But then, yeah, an hour, maybe 2 hours later on, they then decide to appeal the decision. Well, the fact of the matter here is they are appealing the amount of money they did get. Now, you may want to bring this back to politics. I'm not going to do that in this video, but I do thought it was interesting that they have approved this. And that, for me, tells me there is two separate entities within the SEC. One which is dealing with all the ETFs, one under Gary Gensler's regime, which is ultimately on his concurrent war in crypto. And this is important to reference. And we all know Gary Gensler's view, and we all know he's essentially a puppet for some of the elite, Elizabeth Warren and Nancy Pelosi and many of the others. But people seem to have misread, forgot about, or choosing not to listen about this. Gary Gensler currently is under investigation for leading, interviewing and ultimately favoritism when it comes to hiring people for his team. And this has been put to the Oversight Committee, as well as many others, spearheaded by none other than Tom Emner, Patrick Mahoney, and Jim Johan. And I think this is very interesting as this all is going to play out. Now, not only is this ongoing, he absolutely ran through the mill in front of the Senate. And I thought that was obviously very interesting as well. He has absolutely been investigated for many different parts of this. So I think it's a distraction right now. My view on this appeal is it is simply a distraction, or he is trying to position himself for a further tenure. Now, the reality here is that he would normally end his tenancy in his current position by June 5th, 2026. He is clearly looking for an extension for that, depending on what happens from the electoral, the presidential election, and more importantly, who is going to be running the country. So I think this is a very interesting thing. So not only do we have this SEC filing for an XRP that they approved, we then obviously have the appeal. Now, that isn't the only thing. There are lots of views right now that actually are very different to what we've seen historically with XRP. In fact, the bullish sentiment right now here on sentiment, I thought this was well interesting to kind of talk to you about, says XRP, the data Ripple network, is currently trending due to several key developments and sentiments expressed across social media platforms. Here are the main reasons contributing to the bullish outlook for XRP. And ultimately, they are specifically all around the SEC approval of that XRP ETF, as well as many, many other things. And actually, if you just look at the price action, it is a positive move in the right direction. They now have also partnered up with Mercado Bitcoin partnership to support Ripple in Brazil. And interestingly enough, cross-border payments. So you can kind of look at this and go, well, the SEC have gone against them and everything's still moving on. No one's kind of battered an eyelid with this, and it continues to march. And what else has happened recently that feels very, very similar? Well, we saw NVIDIA. NVIDIA was going crazy. There was a huge move on NVIDIA, and it was absolutely sending it until, well, the SEC decided they were going to find them, sue them, and investigate them, of which transpired to be nothing. Now, there is much more regulation attached to obviously the stock market as opposed to the crypto market. So this is obviously very interesting, but the exact same thing happened on the cusp of a huge move for NVIDIA. Well, they were basically dragged through the hedge backwards to find out what the hell was going on. But look at the price action currently sitting here on XRP. What I always talked about on my live stream was this level of respect that they showed at the bottom here. Now, yes, we're behind where I thought we'd be. I actually thought we'd be up here on this descending wedge, but actually, given the fact we've seen the appeal, this may just delay a little bit. We can probably get rid of this line, actually, because we don't really need this appeal line to come in. But again, we just continue to move on with this channel. And I think this becomes very interesting as we start to see how this potentially will play out. Maybe we see some more corrections. Maybe we see this trending as this gets tighter and tighter. Now, don't forget, we do need to see the official file C documentation from the XRP SEC case as to exactly what they are appealing against. My view, they want some more money. Now, that means there's two ways this could go. Ripple could just pay the additional, or they were going to battle. My view right now is if it's a more request of money, I just think Ripple would pay it. And I think they just move on, given all the partnerships and everything that's set up. But I do think it's very interesting. And like I said at the very start of the video, a direct correlation to the market. And in my opinion, a very deliberate and political move when it comes to the SEC and Ripple, and actually the Bitcoin cryptocurrency market recovering today as well. So look out for some interesting price action, certainly with XRP over the course of the next week. I'd expect we get those filings as they come through. As always, we will update you right here on the 2Bit Crypto channel. All you need to do is make sure that you hit that like button and subscribe, and don't forget to turn your notification bell on so you're updated when we go live, as well as our latest content with all you need for this cryptocurrency bull run. But as ever, let me know in the comments down below what you think of all of this. Drop your view on the SEC. I'm curious to know what you guys think. Do you think it's manipulation? Do you think it's deliberate? Or do you just think it's Gary Gensler being Gary Gensler? I don't know. Let me know as always in the comments down below. And thank you for watching so much. We'll see you in the next one. Take care now. Bye-bye.